Jersey Central with Bert Barron, with you every morning. Listen online at WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
7:37, we're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. I want to get right to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. We've only got our special guest here for just a couple minutes this morning. He's with the Italian-American One Voice Coalition, and I wanted to welcome Andre DeMino back this morning just to talk about some things that are going on nowadays surrounding Columbus Day. Andre, good morning. Thanks for making yourself available on such short notice. I greatly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, Bert. Glad to be on with you.
Lots of chatter, lots going on about Christopher Columbus and talk about taking down statues and renaming the holidays. What are people missing anything about Christopher Columbus, Andre? I never gave the holiday a second thought when I was growing up, but it's getting a lot of attention nowadays.
Well, it sure is. I think, the touchstone of this was when our good Mayor de Blasio over there in New York decided to do something about the Columbus statue there in the middle of Columbus Circle, and that really set everybody off. Unfortunately, with what was going on with the Confederate statues, I think they just decided to pick Columbus as the next attack against, the migration here to this country.
So this just might be a carryover or an extension of these other demonstrations that were happening regarding Confederate soldiers and the Confederate flag. There's people are finding a connection here, Andre?
Well, absolutely. In fact, there's a direct connection because Antifa actually put out a YouTube video calling for the destruction of Columbus statues on Columbus Day today. So, there's a direct connection there with this, this radical group of Antifa.
Is there anything that people maybe are missing about the legacy of Christopher Columbus?
Well, certainly. People, first of all, use the misnomer that Columbus discovered America. That's not the right word. What happened after Columbus was that was the really tying together of the two worlds, and where the regular migration and settlement occurred between, the European area and this part of the world. And so that's what opened up and connected the two worlds together. Of course, they're saying, well, Columbus was no saint and so forth, but there was slavery, there was killing and so forth before Columbus got here. He was just a person of the times. And so we can't try to measure someone from 500 years ago to today's standards. What we can honor is the great accomplishment that he did of connecting the worlds together.
Now, there's a movement around the country for renaming it and rebranding it Indigenous Peoples Day. From what you've heard, is that gaining any traction in New Jersey? I know at least one state has kind of made the move to rename the holiday.
Well, yeah, no, we've seen a number of cities that have gone along with this new politically correct thing of renaming it. And listen, we've got nothing against Indigenous people, but why does it have to be celebrated on Columbus Day? They both can live in harmony. We should all try to work together. And, just because Columbus maybe was a person of his times, well, Indigenous people were the same. We can't hold Indigenous peoples to today's standards. They did lots of killing and slavery and so forth, but you can't hold them to that today's standard. You can't hold Columbus to today's standards.
Gotcha. All right, Andre DeMino, Italian-American One Voice Coalition. I know you got to run. Thank you for making yourself available for just a handful of minutes this morning. We'll talk again soon, all right? And thank you again.
Okay, Bert. Thank you very much.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks a lot. All right, Andre DeMino, the Italian-American One Voice Coalition.